The area itself going on from the arena, the two arenas, main and secondary, and going down, camping, 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 camping. 4 lots. Main car park is number 6, and a reserve car park is this area here, number 9, and this part over here. Now that's basically it. And we've divided this into 2 sections. We've divided it into the festival site itself, and Chief Superintendent Bullman's in charge of that. And we've taken the other section as an outside operation being run from the school in Bardney.
This has become virtually a military operation. And I think if such organisation had gone into those in the past, they wouldn't have had the troubles that they did.
One of the main complaints at other festivals seems to be that a very large number of people get in without paying.
Yes,
how are you going to stop this?
Well, you've seen the perimeter there, which is a 12-foot high fence. We have got, and we will be for 24 hours, patrolling with champs and Land Rovers 24 hours a day. If there's any build-up on the outside of the fence, they will radio to me immediately at the house. In addition to that, on the inside of the perimeter, the inside of the fencing, that is, we are setting up a vast number of security points, all of which will be manned by a number of men who will be patrolling that inside perimeter and indeed walking about amongst the youngsters that are coming here, all of whom are in touch with me either by field telephone or by radio. In addition to that, we are also patrolling the outside areas, the camping and the parking sites. And again, those are linked with me by field telephone and radio. We have in reserve a body of men that in at any one time, let's assume that in some part they do force the screen, then we have at a drop of a hat, we've got sufficient men to go to that spot and clean it up.
There's no doubt that some clever fellows will call you pigs. There's no doubt some of them will try to take the mickey out of you as you're moving along. We've had the mickey taken out of us before, and it won't matter to us. Now, you know the type of people you're going to deal with. You'll find long-haired, sometimes dirty, people gathered around in very large numbers. On their appearance, you might tend, all being squares, or most of you being squares, like me, to take a dislike to them. I think this is wrong. Because from our experience with the last festival, and I'm sure it's going to be the same as this one, that 95% of them are going to be coming along for a reasonably quiet and peaceful weekend, apart from the noise of the pop music, that is, of course.
How sure are you that all the facilities you're providing are going to be sufficient?
Absolutely sure, because we've got big contingency reserves.
Presumably everybody who organises a pop festival thinks theirs is going to be all right. Why are you so sure that yours will be?
Because we've organised it, we've not just talked about it.
But what about the other people then? Where have they gone wrong? What have you...
Well, it's not a matter of going wrong so much. It's a matter of really spending money. If you're going to have the thing right, you really have to spend a lot of money on getting it right. And that's what we've been prepared to do, just as we were prepared to put our necks on the line on the court. We're not going to put our necks on the line to that extent and run a risk of getting it wrong.
Mr. McLaughlin, what are the main problems facing the police on the festival?
Well, I think the main problems are those of numbers. We're not absolutely certain, I don't think anybody is, how many people are going to come to the festival. Problems of traffic, problems of sightseers, and our own internal problems, of course, of administration and administering for fairly large numbers of police officers.
That's carry on for 2, the completed 6 plates, not 6, carry on for 3, will you try again on carry on for 2, carry on for 1 out?
Checked over this area, which is the main arena. That's the stage there. No, you're going to
Yeah, that's true.
Doctor, what is Release trying to do at the festival?
Well, it does a dual thing. It gives information, and especially legal information, to people who have been arrested, quite often on drugs charges. And secondly, we try and help people who are having bad times, having taken various things, and the main acid, LSD.
Trips?
Yeah.
How do you help them?
We help them really just by talking to them and just trying to share their experience and trying to alter it to be a good one.
You have a special trip tent, do you?
We have a special tent which we use, and there's one doctor there all the time who does really very little. He's just there just in case. The majority of the work is done by workers who've got a lot of experience and are part of the community themselves, who can really understand what's going on. It's mainly anxiety, and if people can just be reassured and try to think of nice things, the trip becomes a good one.
What makes them come to your organisation?
Well, kind of a feeling of alienation. They don't want to see people in white coats. They want to see people who are perhaps a bit closer to them. And they are, you know. And so just release is known in this way.
What sort of relationships do you have with the police?
Well, it all depends. We try and have good relations with them. We usually have very good relations with the uniform branch, and the drug branch is variable, all depending where we go. Some of them think we're kind of impeding them in the course of their duty, but others are in fact sympathetic when we tell them what we're trying to do, which is only to give the kids their legal rights.
Sounds. They need some more messages in sounds.
Lemonade, 5 flavours, best in the world. Bottles of pop, nice soft drink, 5 flavours. Lemonade. Lemonade, 5 flavours.
Everything tiny by the time we finish them.
Doctor, how busy have you been?
Well, we've been very busy. We've seen about 700 cases over the 3 days so far. The major problems occurred last night and the day before. The 2 bad burns. They built a haystack, and somebody was in the haystack, and then the other man rushed in to get her out. And they had very bad burns of the arm and back. We've shifted those off to hospital. We've had 1 or 2 deliveries, confinements, which haven't actually taken place here.
Where are they taking place?
They're taken actually outside the arena and been taken straight off to the camp.
Well, were their babies actually born without anyone in attendance, any doctors?
Well, I think the policemen are in attendance. There are also quite a lot of people getting very bad lacerations across their hand, climbing over the fence, which is quite sharp at the top, and where it had just leaned a bit, they'd done some quite bad lacerations there. A lot of cuts and scratches. The worst one probably was a photographer, in fact, who was on the scaffolding and fell and did a very bad injury to his pelvis. And but he's all right. And
What about drugs?
well, you know, I'm absolutely amazed, really, at the infrequency of it. We have hardly had any cases at all. The release organisation next door, they've had very few too. When you consider 35,000 a day, perhaps 10 or 15 cases of addicts who can actually migrate to a scene such as this, it's a very, very small percentage of the total numbers in attendance.
Who in the same night that he was betrayed took bread, and when he had given thanks to thee, he broke it and gave it to his disciples, saying, Take, eat, this is my body which was given for you. Do this in remembrance of me.